Do you still use the elevator to hunt for the Red Asylum dress? Well, do that no more with the instructions that I give you in this wonderful video going over all the Asylum dresses and why you should be looking for them if you haven't already started. In Fallout 76, the Red Asylum dress, in most players' eyes, has been deemed one of the rarest pieces of apparel in-game. But did you know that it's actually part of a set of apparel? There's several dresses in this series. The red one just happens to be the rarest. Did you know that these dresses only spawn in 3 locations? And if you did know, do you know the quickest route to actually farm these dresses? Most players will actually direct you to an elevator that you must take to get to the dresses. Well, this is incorrect. The route that I take does not, and there's no hacking, no quest that you need to complete, no nothing. I will show you how to get through the doors and past the elevator without needing to do much of anything. There are a total of 10 Asylum Worker Uniforms that are available that you can actually farm, with most of the colors, 8 in fact, being rarer and only spawning in 3 locations. Before we get into actual spawn locations and the quickest route, I want to go ahead and go over the dresses so that way you know the rarity and which ones that you need to be picking up and which ones you should leave behind. Because it's not going to do you a bit of good to know where they spawn at if you're just going to go all willy-nilly picking up every dress that you find in those 3 locations. But before we continue with the dresses, if you're enjoying this content or you find it interesting, please give me a big Vault Boy thumbs up and consider nuking that subscribe button on the way out. Alright, back at it. To kick this off, let's go over the common Asylum Worker Uniforms or dresses. Now these can be found in numerous locations, not only just in the 3 designated locations where the rare dresses spawn. So you see them in the rare spawn locations, don't pick them up. First common dress is the Asylum Worker Uniform White Weathered, followed by the White Dirty. Real quick PSA, all of the actual hats are commons, so do not worry about picking them up unless you want to kind of mark them up in price. You can definitely sell the red one for a little bit more because most people don't realize that these are common. Now to get into the juicy apparel. So the first rare dress, which is not really that rare, it has a 50% drop rate, is the Asylum Worker Uniform White. Now this will only spawn in that location or one of the 3 designated locations. Next up, we'll take a look at the Asylum Worker Uniform Brown. Now this one has a 25% drop rate. Next is the green, which is the Asylum Worker Uniform Green, and that has a 12.5% chance to spawn. Followed by the blue, which is 6.25%. And as you can see, it's getting harder and harder to get these dresses. Pink is the next one at 3.125% chance of dropping. This next one is when you start to get into some real big cap value, and that is the yellow, and that's 1.563% chance to spawn. We have the forest, 1.406% chance to spawn. And the rarest of them all is the Asylum Worker Uniform Red, or the red dress as it's sometimes called. 0.156% chance to spawn. These drop rates are only complicated by the fact that other people can actually pick these up in World, and once they're picked up, you won't be able to pick that dress up after them. So if you're 2 seconds too late, somebody else might have gotten that Red Asylum dress. So the grind for these are definitely not for the faint of heart. You will have a long road ahead of you unless RNG is with you. Now to get into location and how to farm them. Let's start off with where it's actually located, which is Fort Defiance right here on the map. Once you load into this location, you'll load in at the back gate there. You'll just go through the gate and head towards the door. It's right there near line in the sand, so you just hop past everything and go through the doors. Now, once inside, you may encounter a locked door or an unlocked door. So you'll enter and then go straight. Once you get to the blockade, you'll look to the left. If that door is locked, I have a solution for you, so that way you can get it done quickly. If not, it could be open. If you do encounter the locked door and you have not completed the quest, Defiance has fallen, then you will not be able to actually unlock this door. So let me show you real quick how to get around that. It will require a jetpack, and as you'll look up, you will see that there is a hole in the ceiling. You want to fly through that hole. Once through the hole, you will want to chase the wire that is coming from the door down the hallway and find the end of it. Now there will be enemies here, so you'll have to clear those out, but once you actually reach the location, you'll just have to flip the circuit there, and that will unlock the door for you. And from now on, you'll be able to push the button and open the door all by yourself. Once you flip the switch, you'll just need to make your way back downstairs and go through the hole to the entrance, so that way you can actually go through that door. Once through that door, most videos would instruct you to take a right and head towards the elevator. However, for many people, you have not completed Recruitment Blues to actually access that elevator. If you've not completed it, this is what the locked elevator will look like. Most players, once they discover they can't get to the elevator, they just chalk it up to they can't do it until they complete the quest, because otherwise it takes a lot of time. You have to run all the way through the asylum to make it up to the 3rd floor to get to those dresses. However, I have a faster way, and it's faster than using the elevator anyway. Once through the door, instead of heading to the right, you will just head straight. There will be a wall without a ceiling above it right there in the middle. What you want to do is just hop on top of that wall and then hop across to the next actual staircase. Once you're up there and across, you will notice that there's probably going to be some enemies. Normally it's some type of bug, so you just need to kill those, and then you'll head straight up the stairs. Then you'll just need to head straight and follow the path. A few words of advice. You need to be patient. This is not something that's easy to do by no means, or what have you, but this is a long-term goal. I've never found the red dress. I've found several yellows and forests, but never the red. Next point. You don't actually have to use the wall to jump up. You can actually just jump right up onto that next floor, as just demonstrated. Next tip. I would suggest when you're farming these, unless you're trying to get the complete set, not to pick up the regular white dresses, obviously the commons, or the brown dress unless you just need some fast caps. Both of those will be equally good, and maybe you shouldn't even worry with the green dress. All of this will be up to you though, but do realize that once you have picked up a dress, nothing will spawn there, so you need to reset your 285 items. If you are farming this back to back to back, you need to head to Summersville and just pick up a bunch of books. Then you can load into your new world and the dresses will be there. Well, they'll have a chance to spawn there. Somebody else might have picked them up, so they might not actually be there, but you know what I'm saying. A lot of people think that it needs to have like a 20-hour cooldown or 24-hour cooldown, and you can't get a dress in the same location, but I tried for multiple hours, me and my husband both, and we both had numerous accounts where we could go pick up a dress on the same bid. We start picking up commons, we picked up browns, we picked up greens, pinks, blues, all that stuff, and every single time we reset and went back in, after a few jumps, there was a dress on that same bid. Last and final tip, all the hats are common. They can spawn anywhere inside of the asylum, and that even goes for the red hat. So you do not need to be picking them up unless you just want them for, collection reasons. Otherwise, there's also tinfoil hat that can actually spawn in here. If you back up the video, it's actually in one of the jumps. You might have actually caught it. So now that you know my quick route and my tips and tricks of the trade, how do you normally do it? Did you know about this way? Have you been taking the elevator? Have you didn't even maybe know about the dresses? Let me know in the comments below what you think and what you've actually farmed. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this video and leaving me a like. I really appreciate it, and I love all you guys each. I do need to go ahead and give a huge shout out to my brand new glowing Deathclaw, Hispanic at the Disco. Welcome to the glowing Deathclaws. Huge thank you to all my other channel members. Without you, this would not be possible. And thank you so much for being a Deathclaw and giving me so much love. I love each and every one of you. And I will see you in the wasteland. Take care.